So welcome back. I just need to find my livery for Avianca before we can start. Because I have moved a couple of things. Reorganized some of the folders. So let me just check. That is the... Oh, it's just my add-ons. Okay, interesting. So if I just do that, yeah. No, but that's Phoenix. So that's Phoenix. I don't disregard. We want to fly by. So I have checked for those that have pointed this to me. I have checked the latest development version from fly-by-wire, and I did not see an update there. So I updated this afternoon, so maybe I already have it. So, you know, maybe that's already set. Now, where's my livery folder? Here it is, liveries. And in here, fly-by-wire, fly-by-wire. Man, where is it? Right, let me just download it quickly. What time is it? Not too bad. Flight time, in case you're interested, is
1 hour 20.
oh, okay.
No, 1 hour 6. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I thought it should be around about 1 hour.
Yeah.
So let's go with fly-by-wire. I don't know. Maybe I deleted it even accidentally. Anyways, for that, actually, I can download a lovely and very colorful scenery. Oh, there we go. I guess that makes up for it. Greek Captain, I can check again. And we talk about the development version, correct? So I have 8959A7. There's no update there. Good, so that should be now correct. Avianca. There we go. Now it's active, and now we can start the sim. Well, maybe somebody can confirm. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But it would be interesting to see. So I'm trying to use my mini FCU again. Hopefully that works. So keeping fingers crossed. Peter, yeah, welcome back as well. And we're gonna have to start the one engine out add-on as well. And now make my flight. Brennan, can you see which gates are available or positions are available?
No, sorry, there are no numbers on it.
Okay.
Here are already 3 aircraft.
Nice. So, flights, and then fly. Flight is connecting. Still wondering how many people are using fly-by-wire mods. I mean, they're still doing a fantastic job, I think, so always happy to hear. 8959 A7, Mark. I think that's what I have, right? Yeah, that's exactly the version I have. Thank you, Mark. Let me have a look at... Oh, that doesn't work. What does a fly-by-wire mod do? It mods the standard 320 Neo from Microsoft Flight Sim. So it makes a lot of features available, better, a better flight model, etc. So there's a lot of things that the mod does. Adventure says, in real life, the trees are further away from the runway, smaller than in Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, I would imagine so. Jalen says he's using it all the time, like 100%. Cool, excellent. Yeah, Adventure, thanks, cheers. Good. Here we're going to use live weather again. And let me just have a look at the weather then. So here at our departure, we don't have weather available. We'll see. In destination airport, 350.15 the wind, 33 degrees, QNH 1006. Yeah, all right. So let's hurry up. Liveries. Oh, now it's showing. Why wasn't it showing before? That's weird. So we're going from Gomez, Nino. So that's a military airfield, and that's why you don't really have any scenery for it. Yeah, Peter, but if that's the Azobo 320 Neo, I think it is. Yeah, why don't you get the fly-by-wire mod? It's free. So get the downloader and the installer. Yeah, and use it. Highly, highly recommended. Mark, did you fly the latest mod? Have you tried it? And what's your view on it? Oh god, it's a small airport. Now look at the livery, Disney, lol. There you go. All right. No worries, Jeremiah. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, I know it's getting late, right? So thank you so much, Jeremiah. Oh, not assistant options, control options. So let's go Bravo. We want the Phoenix. Yeah, let's do the Phoenix to crew. Why not? Right, she will jump into action any moment now. Time for me to start GSX.
Boarding requested.
Rip engines. Let me just have a look. So,
Audio test complete.
all right, we'll see. Hopefully that will work. But she should have. Voice control. All right.
Do you want to board crew? Passengers bus is coming.
Right. Okay. So now I have to get. I'm so used to the Phoenix lately. Now I have to have a look where we find ground power. So ground power. There we go. Fuel. Services. Fuel truck. So Bruno did the bucket. He wasn't impressed. Oh, okay, that's a shame. Okay, let's start the APU. I'm not going to wait for that.
Passengers boarding starting.
Well, I mean, the Phoenix is a more detailed aircraft when it comes to system simulation and, you know, failures and so on. Flight mode or autopilot modes and so on. The fly-by-wire is a little bit more basic in that regard, but I mean, for those, we're only talking about 5% maximum of the flight sim users that would really notice anything. The majority of people, you know, don't worry about these things, and so yeah, you're absolutely fine with the fly-by-wire mod. I am a bit worried why we don't get ground power. Oh, here we go. I don't know why she's not doing anything.
For some reason, my simulator is frozen.
Oh no.
Strange.
Hope we get it working.
Well, it's not frozen, but I can't move the cameras anymore.
Hey, EasyJet Sim Pilot, thank you for the raid. And don't know what you're up to, EasyJet Sim Pilot. Shout out is already there. Thank you so much. And big shout out to all of your work on the videos that you do. Very nice. Now I have to restart. Actually, I'm not going to bother with FS2 Crew. I don't know, it's not working. So let's go do that ourselves. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. It's again, it's my brain at the moment is not working correctly because I'm fasting. Yeah, this is the fly-by-wire mod, right? Not the Phoenix. Crying out loud. And why does it say throttle? Yeah, there we go. So there we go. Good God.
I can open the Flow app and I can enter the menus and so, but I can't move any camera anymore.
Oh, I've had that as well. Usually it will reset somehow.
What can I do? All my controls are, I think all my controls are stuck. Joystick and controller. Maybe pull USB and plug it in again.
Passengers bus is coming.
Yeah, may work, yeah.
Boy.
What is the update? Have to more than the old version. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. Give me a second. Hold on.
That was a good idea. It works now.
Okay. Yeah, guys, patience. I just need to do something really quickly because I do want to use. I'm still because the FS2 Crew has a animated first officer
Passengers
here in the fly-by-wire mod as well. I just want to try it out to see if it works. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. He's back. Oh, there we go. So now she's in action. Fantastic. So we're going to do...
I'm out for the walk around.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And then we're going to go and use this. So 0 fuel weight. Uplink in progress. We should have about 60.5. Lock fuel required is 5.5. What? 5.5. There. So 60.5. Not allowed. Okay, so we're going to have ACG as well. Okay. That is fine with me. So init A data. That is correct. Wind. Let's load that. Init. Next page. Alternate fuel required is 800 kilograms. So 0.8. Alternate in there. Flight plan. And Reynolds said something about departing 28 or
10.
10. So we'll have this one here. Insert. Go there. And suggestions regarding the approach, Bernard?
The ILS, or maybe if you like VOR or RNP 01.
Okay, let's try the RMP. So my fasting schedule is at the moment I'm doing pretty hard fast, meaning only water and tea. And today I'm on day 6, so I'm going to be starting eating tomorrow evening. And yeah, so. And I try to fast 3 to 4 times a year, but that depends on my working schedule. So it should be this one here. Upsa. No, Ugreb. Hold on. Trying to find that. Ah, okay, Flights and that, thanks. Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the info. Cool. So for the approach, Arnav 01, Reynolds says. And so we should then come via.
That's the Ugre 3 Bravo arrival.
Have I got the wrong airport? Sierra Kilo Charlie Golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Approach. RP01. And for the stars. Let me have a look. So.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Thank you. Ugreb. Okay, so from Ugreb, it's just going to be.
Pressure 0.
Lol. Ugreb.
Maybe the Ugreb is not valid for the RP. I don't know. Maybe it is only for the ILS.
Yeah, I'm going to do the following. I'm just going to enter the next waypoint, which is Takeoff.
Okay.
And then let's have a look again at departure arrival. Arnav 01, approach via, and then came off. And that should be all we need. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Ratnaf. Do we need anything? Victor Charlie, maybe? Put that in there. So performance. Okay.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a bit out of sync, I'm afraid. But that's fine. Ground plane we don't need anymore. So fuel and payload. Let's download that. We'll do instant on the fuel. Payload, we'll do instant as well. So that's the aircraft now fully loaded. So 58.5 and 33.2. So 63.8 is the takeoff weight. Fantastic. Let me have a quick look at the airport here. So we're currently situated on the apron here. We're departing 10, and so 2,500 meters. It's fine. So we can take some standard values there. Don't know why that is so wrong regarding the viewpoint. So check the control options. Camera, cockpit camera.
Blackbox, have you smart cast active?
Yes, I have. Thank you. 6. So button 2. Where's button 2? Yeah, button 2 is camera 4. Okay, there we go. Yeah, something changed with the viewpoints. Good. And so performance, we're going to do a normal flaps 2 takeoff. 33% is about down, let's say down 0.6. We'll take 44 flex, and then just the values that were given by 130 V2. Cool. And transition 18,000 is correct. Good. Check the box.
Okay.
Good. Departure route from SID. Victor Charlie. 1 Juliet. Pin that. So what we'll do is we're going to fly so 01. No, 10. So 10 Victor Charlie, and that's it. From there we proceed to Echo Juliet Alpha. That's easy enough. Fantastic. That's the checklist. So apparently everything's read from the FMS here, which is interesting. Really weird sometimes. Are you ready for the departure briefing? Yeah, so according to the FMS, 10,000 feet, below max landing weight, and Extra fuel about a ton. 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Special threats right now. No, weather is good. And so we're in live weather and live time. Okay, getting dark as we arrive. Any questions?
No questions.
Cockpit preparation checklist. Oh, there was before start checklist. Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On. On and auto.
Adheres.
NAF.
Fuel quantity.
5500 kilograms.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Barrel ref.
1009 set. 1009 set.
1009 set. Down to the line.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
Starting engine 2.
Check.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. This is your purser speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information. There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on board this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, the lighted information signs and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs.
Starting engine 1.
For door operation.
Check.
Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the nearest exit
Really?
to you
A sober
and
60
note that the
FPS?
nearest exit
Okay.
may be behind you. In an
That's
emergency,
interesting.
lights will illuminate the
I mean,
aisle.
I'm limiting to
The
60
cabin is
anyways.
pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel
Frank,
will
hey.
open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and pull a mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Your life jacket is located under your seat. Tighten the straps and once outside the aircraft, pull on the tabs to inflate your jacket. If the jacket fails to inflate, use the tube placed near the neck. Your jacket is equipped with a light that will automatically illuminate in water. This is a non-smoking
So just waiting for the
Smoking is not permitted
start
in the
off to
cabin
close.
or
There it
in the
is.
lavatory. Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located over your head. Thank you very much for your attention.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Set and checked. 33% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral. Oh, 0. Set and checked.
After start, checklist complete.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
So I can see some are departing 28, it seems. Hey, Flurkle. How
Then
come
they are departing with tailwind.
How come you're fasting? No worries. So I'm not fasting for religious reasons. I am fasting for health benefits. Been doing it now for about 5 years, and for me, it's more about cleansing of the body. So your body really has kind of a reset with everything, especially then the effects regarding the autophagy phase, where the cells are repairing themselves. And so it's been scientifically proven that, for example, some of the brain cells are being repaired again. It's supposed to be good, for some illnesses like dementia and so on. So also, one of the biggest things for me really is the effects on the on your insulin levels. So quite often, or one of the biggest health threats these days is people just getting too much carbohydrates every day and during the day, and so they get these kind of spikes in their blood sugar levels, and so they the pancreas has to use give out a lot of insulin, and that has two effects. One, the blood sugar level obviously decreases fast because that's what it's supposed to do, and then the cells are actually being stopped to burn fat, meaning they will store fat, or they will store the sugar, transport it or change it to fat and store it. And so the problem is, if you repeatedly do, you have a kind of a lifestyle that you have very high insulin level all the time, the cells actually get less and less perceptive to this insulin. And so that's how type 2 diabetes then at some point happens. And so if you fast from time to time, that actually has been proven to make the cells more receptive to insulin again. So that also has a nice effect. Now it doesn't help for everything. It's not the holy grail in medicine. No, by far it's not. But I think for me personally, I've noticed some positive effects. And no, it's not there for weight reduction. I mean, you do lose weight, but it's a simple mathematical equation. So when you look at your the calorie amount 1 kilogram of fat has, it's actually 5,000, 6,000 calories, depending on your metabolism. So if you use normally, when you're fasting, you're not moving that much, so you're using 2,000 calories a day, then you can live 3 days off 1 kilogram body fat. Now again, it all depends on how well you can use that body fat. But normally when I fast for 1 week, I will lose about 2.5 kilograms, 2.5 to 3 kilograms. So it's not that much, considering I'm fasting for a whole week. But again, that's not the main goal. It's only for health benefits for me. No, it's just tea, so herbal tea and water with ginger. So I cut up some ginger, put that into water, and then I drink that. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Taxi checklist. Yeah, flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
I don't know why. It seems like I have to do this again to get the whole thing into the right sequence again. Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. V1. VR. V2. Flex temp.
126, 127, 130. Flexing 44 degrees.
V1. 1. 2. 6. VR. 1. 2. 7. V2. 1. 3. 0. Flex temp. 4. 4 degrees. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff, no blue. Takeoff, no blue.
Down to the line.
Below the line.
Approach path clear of traffic. Takeoff runway.
10 confirmed.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
Off.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Ready?
Ready.
Takeoff.
Check.
Manflex 44, SAS.
Thrust set.
Auto thrust blue.
Checked. knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Thrust, climb, climb. Alt blue, auto thrust. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. Packs are on.
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flap 0.
Autopilot 1 on. Autopilot 1 on. That one's pretty good. So, how often do I fast? Like I said, about 3 to 4 years, depending on how much holiday I have. So it depends on my work schedule. Do you find it initially difficult on the first day? Well, so the thing is, the first day is not the worst day. For me, the worst day is day 2. Because there I normally run into headaches. So that for me is the worst day really. But then, and also you have to realize that it takes about 48 hours to get you into that ketogene period, meaning your liver will then, so your cells will give off fat. The fat will then be transformed in the liver to ketogenes, and those then can be used in your cells for energy. It's not as effective as carbohydrates, let's say, but still, effective enough to actually make you feel not completely normal. But I mean, I can do, to a certain degree, I can do sports, so not high intensity, but I can go,
1,000 to go.
Hiking. I can go cycling, yeah, it's perfectly fine. So day 3 were okay, 4 was very good, 5 was very good, and today, actually, when I got up, I actually slept quite a lot last night, and then I got up and actually felt somewhat tired, so I didn't have that much energy, but it improved in the afternoon. So right now I feel fine, and look, I've been streaming since 6 o'clock, so that's already 5.5 hours, and I feel fine. I feel like I can concentrate, so absolutely no issues whatsoever. So I'm going to use the mini FCU here. Let me go put this to climb. 370 is filed. Okay, so we're going to go with thrust climb, out loop 370. Seatbelts off.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight infotainment will be served. Thank you.
Flights and Dads, sorry I forgot Hey, my unrealistic expectations. Thank you so much for the 5 months now. Oh, no, hang on. There. Thank you so much. Big round of applause. And I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Flights and Dads, sorry, I read your message a bit late there. Yeah, that was fine. No worries. This is a fairly long direct here. Cool. I'm doing good. So, like I've just been talking about fasting, day 6. Tomorrow, I'm going to break fast. And how to do it? Well, we're going to eat I'm going to eat a baked apple to start off with, because that has obviously a lot of, easy digestible carbohydrates, which will signal my body fasting period is over. So it will signal that, hey, we've got food now, and that way the whole digestion system will then start kicking in again, and the ketogene transformation will then stop. I mean, it takes about 1 to 2 days before you get back to normal, so that's why it's important that you don't eat too much on the first 2 days after fasting. Why? Because you still have a certain amount of ketogenes in your body which are there for a power source, so you don't need that much food. It's just that you transform, you go from the fasting to the normal eating habits. How do you make a baked apple? It's simple. You just take a nice big apple and you just put that in the oven for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, and so that the skin is kind of crumpled, and usually it will crack at some points, and then you just take it out, cut it in half, let it cool off, and then you eat it very slowly.
And with vanilla sauce?
No. No. So that's the first thing I'll eat. Then I'll wait 1 or 2 hours, and then I will eat some, we call it fladenbrot. So that's in English, that is kind of, what do you call that? Like pita bread, right? So it's very fluffy white bread. My wife bakes that herself, so very nice. And that also means it's very, very easy to digest, giving you... There we go. After takeoff climb checklist. After takeoff
Landing
climb.
gear.
Up. Up. No, up. Set and checked.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Below the line. Below the line.
Barrel rest.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff climb checklist complete.
Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, eating bread. And then no, so always the thing is this, so I will usually,
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll begin
I will
our
usually
meal
gain
choices
back
flight. Please
on,
refer
you know,
to
when
the
I'm
menu
working
given to you
and
on
I'm
board
unable to
with
eat
2 meal
that
choices
healthy.
and the beverage choices available.
And depending on the
We request
stress,
that
because
you keep
stress
your
is
aisles clear to
absolutely
assist the flight attendants to
dangerous,
serve you efficiently and
or danger,
also for your
or
own safety.
negative on your
Thank you.
body. So, if you don't really watch out what you eat and how often you eat, so how many calories you take in, it's so easy to gain weight, especially in a stressful situation. So, yeah, it's just you have to be careful, right? So it really, I think one thing that's good is if you have an app that can count the calories, because a friend of mine said that really helps him to kind of consciously note down what he's eating, and that way limiting the calorie intake, right? And if people have issues with their weight, you shouldn't be ashamed, because these days the way that our lifestyle, at least in the Western countries, has evolved makes it so difficult not to gain weight. And so it's either you have a metabolic system that actually means it's very hard for you to gain weight, then you're lucky. But normally, if you have your stressful day, you don't get that much exercise, there is just literally no chance that you maintain weight. It's just so easy to gain weight because of the unhealthy lifestyle. Now, if you consciously look at what you eat every day, and then consciously kind of stop yourself from eating in between main meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you stop yourself eating in between, that will help definitely, but it's difficult. However, if you're at home, for example, one thing I can definitely recommend is in the morning, take the time during breakfast to cut up some carrots, some kohlrabi, or some vegetables like peppers that don't have much calories and don't have much carbohydrates. And then if you have a craving, eat that. But the clue is you have to have that pre-made, because I can guarantee you, if you find a craving for food, so if you get hungry for some reason in between, the last thing you'll do is actually take some carrots out and start cutting them up, because that's a lot of work to do. So usually you will not bother with that, and then, well, eat something unhealthy, right? Another big thing is, so something my wife as a dietitian has seen so many times and sees it every day, is drinking unhealthy liquids. And I'm sorry to say, alcohol obviously is a very unhealthy liquid. Do I drink alcohol? Yes, from time to time. I do enjoy a nice glass of red wine, but it's not every day. And I kind of celebrate it when I do. And the worst thing to do is have a beer or two in the evenings every day. That is literally one of the worst things you could do. The reason being is that beer has a lot of carbohydrates through the alcohol. And so, again, it just means a lot of issues, especially in the evening. And then in the evenings, you should try to limit your carbohydrate intake. Again, you should try to not get a insulin spike in the evening, because that way, as you sleep, your body needs to recover. It does rebuilding, and for that it needs energy. And if you don't have an insulin spike prior to sleeping, you will have enough energy in the bloodstream to take care of that. So your cells will not take that that energy and put it to fat, A, and B, if there's not enough energy in the bloodstream, so not enough nutrition in the bloodstream, they will actually then use body fat and burn that. And so that's why the intermittent fasting, so those people that do like 16 to 8 fasting, meaning 8 hours eating, or not completely, but in the 8 hours they eat normally, they have a normally calorie intake of 2,500 kilocalories, let's say, and then you have a 16-hour period where you don't eat. And that means your insulin level will be very low and your body is forced to burn fat. Hey, Bruno. So that's also a very successful method for me because of my work, because I'm obligated to eat every 6 hours when I'm working. It's one of our rules. I just can't do that. So, but yeah, that may work for some of you. And so when people ask my wife, especially for some advice regarding, maybe losing some weight, the first advice or first comment she'll make usually is, you have to be ready and willing to change your lifestyle. So these crash diets absolutely do not work. Why? Because afterwards you have this yo-yo effect where you will eventually you were about to touch the cinnamon. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for spoiling that. And Bruno, but I think, Bruno, you already tested it, right? And you're not happy. Habits. Habits is something which will prevent you from actually being able to lose weight and change things, because it's a major change in a lifestyle. And however, the good thing is, if you actually manage to do that new lifestyle for, let's say, 1 or 2 weeks, then that will be your new midpoint in life, meaning that's your new baseline, and hence then suddenly that's the new normal, and it's not going to bother you anymore. Okay, Bruno. Well, keeping fingers crossed, we'll see. But thanks for the heads up. Yeah, unfortunately, but I mean, of course. So you should have a lot of fiber intake every day. Hey, Christian, nice to see you. You should have a lot of fiber intake every day, and so it means a lot of vegetables, nuts, or whole wheat, and the less processed food you can you take up every day, the better it is. But I get it. A lot of people don't have the time and energy to buy something fresh every day and then cook that every day. But yeah, I'm just saying, that's just the way it is. Yeah, I've heard about it's the what's it called? It's a special diet. Is it a ketogene diet? They're calling it. So you have literally no carbohydrates, You try to eat fiber and protein only. Yeah. Well, so Peter, the thing is this. I always also say that don't take this too religiously. Meaning, allow yourself a cheat day. Allow yourself a praise, right? So that means celebrate, once or twice a week with a nice, drink in the evening, maybe with a pizza even, right? Doesn't matter, because if you really seriously, on the other 5 to 6 days, you follow that, different, that different program with regards to eating healthy, then a cheat day a week isn't really going to matter. What does matter is eating bad foods every day, and that means processed foods, fast foods, too much sugared drinks. So anything like Coke or anything with sugar in it. Yeah, agree, Captain. Yeah, it should be like you should celebrate that. Like, what I do sometimes is I say like, okay, this Friday, we're gonna go out and we're gonna have pizza. Or if I'm actually working and I'm somewhere and I go out with the crew, and then I'll say, you know what, today I'm gonna make my cheat day, so I'll have a burger or a pizza, and then I know that's it for the next 6 days. The next 6 days, I'm not going to cheat. Chris Shuhei, yeah, exactly. It's only grape juice. Like, no, well, you have grape juice and on top of that alcohol, so... Yeah, so the thing is this, there's a certain effect where if you take in a lot of carbohydrates, so sugars, and your insulin level spikes, that means your cells open up and they take in the sugar or the carbohydrates and then transform it to fat and store it, right? So the thing is, this is the bigger the spike, the bigger the drop afterwards. And so the problem then is that you probably feel a lot of craving for sweet stuff afterwards, because with a 3-hour 4-hour delay, yes, but still it's it's going to cause a backlash where even though you had way too much energy in form of sugar, it's stored very quickly in the cells, because that's what your body was through evolution was trained to do. And so the thing is this, and I find it quite fascinating.
1,000 to go.
Thank you. Literally everyone is able to fast, meaning your evolutionary path, meaning many thousand years ago you had to be ready to not get any food for several days. And so the whole transformation going into ketogenic digestion is a completely natural thing. Your body can do it. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, in our lifestyles. Now, if you had no choice, well, tough luck, right? No food for 3 days. Well, that's just it, right? Yeah, Mark, exactly. It is in your brain. So of course, the brain will give you certain triggers. That's what it's there to do. Now, the body also, so the brain and the body will then, as soon as you get more energy again, so you take in more food, it's very clever, right? It'll try to store that as much as possible. And so putting on fat is a lot easier than getting rid of it. That's just how evolution made the body. No, yeah, so 1 pound, exactly. So 1 kilogram. So Bruno, I usually calculate in 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram is around about 6,000 calories, but that depends on your metabolism. So how you can use that fat. Exactly. Isn't that so Dennis? Yeah. Isn't that mean? So if I go on a treadmill for an hour, my pulse being between 130 and 150, I only burn like 700 calories. How much does a bar of chocolate have? How much calorie? Probably more, right? So, yeah, 6,000. 1 kilogram of body fat has 6,000 calories. If you use 2,500 calories a day, you can live 2.5 days off that without eating anything. So 100-gram chocolate is 550 calories. Yeah, but again, I mean, how quickly can you eat, 100-gram chocolate? Easy, right?
But you have to be aware that at some point the body starts to convert muscles into sugar, which is not great.
Yeah, the Russians especially have done a lot of testing on their soldiers regarding fasting. And in the US, there's been a lot of studies being done as well regarding fasting. And they actually found that at the beginning, so if you fast for 1 week, the muscle loss isn't that great. So indeed, if you fast for longer, so let's say go to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then yes. Because at some point, you won't have enough fat in your body that's available quickly enough, and then the body will have to go and use the muscle fibers. But that happens only if absolutely necessary. Why? Because that transformation is a lot more complicated for the body than actually just taking fat and transforming that into ketogenes. Exactly. Also, exactly that. The thing is, so what also helps to reduce the reduction in muscle mass is to actually exercise. Not heavily, but let's say go for an hour walk and hike, go brisk, and then also do some weight training or some body weight training or something, so that your muscles, the main muscle groups, are being trained, and that will also help against that losing of muscle mass. Okay, Dennis. Well, so Dennis, yeah. So you have a different metabolism, Dennis, and I know a number of people that have that kind of metabolism. They're very thin. They can eat anything they want, but yeah, those will have other issues, like you said, high blood pressure. Yeah. Yeah, agree, Captain. And the thing is also, I mean, even people don't want to hear this, but yeah, exercise, even if it's just moderate exercise, like let's say go for a 3-hour hike, and you have about 100 pulse, 100 to 110 pulse. That's the best heart rate to burn fat. All right, so doing like jogging 140 pulse is actually not that good for burning fat. So high intensity, then that also burns more fat again, but you have to get down with the heart rate, right? In the intervals. So, but yeah, exercise is definitely something you should do, and I always recommend, longer bike rides, but have a heart monitor. So they're not that expensive these days. Have a heart rate monitor. All you need to do actually is get a belt for your chest, where you have a device that measures your heart rate, and have it connected to your phone by Bluetooth, and then you have an app there that will display your heart rate, and then just have just then go at the speed where you have 100 to 110 pulse. That's perfect. Dennis says, so far losing weight is the most simple thing. Gaining weight, however, is extremely hard. Yeah, that's interesting, right? So you are very different to the majority of other people. Yeah, you know what? So Dennis, I think in your case, you would really need to be in contact with a professional who's able to, you know, monitor your progress and you know, and then have the right calorie intake with that. Yeah, Gilles, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people with higher metabolisms can eat anything. Sorry, maybe that was just a wrong quote from me in the sense that, no, you should still eat healthy. So healthy, doesn't matter if you have a, you know, it doesn't matter about your metabolism. You still should eat healthy, meaning a good balance of healthy foods, right? No doubt. But I'm just saying that it's different for people with a certain metabolism that will keep them very low weight and makes it very hard for them to actually gain weight. Yeah, Greek Captain, you want to know my heart rate? At night, I go down to about 43, 45. If I'm really trained, then I can actually get down to 40 at nighttime. My brother, who's actually even a little bit taller than me, he's like 192. He's now doing 4 or 5 times a week, 10 kilometers run, and he told me now he had a heart rate monitor, so watch, and his heart rate goes down to 38 at night, and that is quite a strict, well, quite a dangerous level. So, hey, Hawkey, sorry for the late call out. Hawkey, I hope you're doing well. And Jamie, do you think the FS Labs Airbus? I don't know. That'd be pure speculation. They are very quiet about these things. I don't know. I would hope so. But that is just, you know, looking to the well, try to, you know, do fortune telling. Hey, good evening, Avion Engine. How are you doing? Hawkey, yes, it does. Yeah, I know Bruno does a lot of fitness stuff as well, so weight training and so on. Yeah, he's right. So cardio will still, on average, burn more calories, but I think it's the same. You need a good mixture between cardio and weight training. The thing is, so for me, the low heart rate is actually quite an issue because I've told the story many times here. Because every year when I go to my medical, here in Germany, if your resting heart rate is below 50, you usually have to go and see a cardiologist. And the problem with that is, he will then write a report within like 2 or 3 days, send it back to the medical center, and they will send it off to the authorities. The problem is the authorities here in Germany are so understaffed that sometimes it takes half a year, 5 to 6 months, until they are able to look through it and then give you back your medical. So I've seen people lose out on their wages. So after 6 weeks, they lose out on their wages. Not because they're ill or anything, no, because the authorities are taking too long to get their license back. And it's an absolutely scandal here in Germany. There's actually a petition going on right now to have this sorted in Parliament, because it's been an issue for years now, and the authorities are not able to change that. Yeah, the thing is, they made a big mistake a couple of years back when they took away a lot of power from the doctors, so from the air examiners, regarding the judgment. So they have changed a lot of they changed the list on what the doctors can write off themselves. So as soon as something within the catalog is breached, they have to report it to the authorities, and then it just goes its way. It just takes ages and ages. Yes, I was just about to calculate one more little fact. So you know those calculators where you look at your body weight index. I'm not a big fan of those because in the end there are different types of bodies, and so just generalize everything doesn't really work that well. Now there are scales, and there's a way to measure your body fat. Now let's say you weigh 80 kilograms, right? And I'm gonna have to use a calculator for that. My brain doesn't work today well enough to use that otherwise. So 80 kilograms, and you have a normal, let's say you have an 18% body fat. It's not super, but it's perfectly fine. So 18%, that is, now hold on to your seats, that is 14 kilograms of body fat. 14 kilograms of body fat. And that doesn't mean it's unhealthy, but that's how much your body has stored in forms of fat. Even if you're down to 10% body fat. Now, 10% body fat, we're talking about athletes. So even the athletes with 10% body fat, they have 8 kilograms of body fat in them still, right? So just to give you, a perspective about these relationships with body fat, muscle mass, water, etc., and bones. Okay, so sorry, Avion Engine, you need some help. You're still sitting in version 4 P3D. I want to do some long haul. Can you, oh yes, so the 777 PNG is very nice. I just maybe saw my previous stream, so I streamed today. If you look at the video on demand, I streamed today the PNG 777 in version 5 P3D, but I very much like that. Yes. Yeah, another thing. Yeah, exactly. So the genetic composition again will then determine where your body will mainly store the body fat. That is something unfortunately you can't really change. So absolutely, Peter. If you don't have any body fat, I don't think you could live with that. So yeah. The thing is, so people when I hear these things like, oh, 6-pack and so on, I think in order for you to see your 6-pack, everybody has a 6-pack. It's just you don't see it until you get down to about between 14 to 10% body fat, depending on your body. So before that, you will never see any, any of that 6-pack. But I mean, we all have muscles, right, in that area. So well, I mean, okay, so well, I guess you're saying now the 6-pack that you see in those really trained people. Yeah, okay, I get it. But I mean, if you do some training, and so you have got some muscles, then yeah, you will see a 6-pack. But again, I'm just trying to tell, you can do as much training in that area to try to boost your muscles. You will not see a 6-pack unless you get below like 14% of body fat. Then it says roughly 15, and you can see the body upstate. Okay, well, I'm just quoting. I've never been there myself for a long time. So I've been there in my youth, but ever since I've been working, I've never been able to see any kind of six-pack. So you only have one pack. Lol. Oh. Hey EdForce5, nice to see you. How are you? DexaFit, they scan body fat, give you a resting MR and also V2 max. Used to help me with nailing down proper diet and lose weight. That's a good point. Yeah, good tip. You guys. Bob, I have a few six-packs in the fridge. Lol. Oh, you guys. Yeah, exactly. So that muscle tissue is very quickly, because normally people will store fat in their belly region, so that's why it's usually hidden. Yeah. All right, it's getting dark outside. Where's my way there? Why doesn't that work anymore? It'll be beautiful sunset coming in. Yeah, Avian Engine, pleasure. Enjoy your flying. There are people with 8 packs and 10 packs. Good God. You could be model with that. So, let's have a look. So let's go and have a look at the stars. So we've got, no, this one. 01. So we're coming via Ugrep. It's on the coastline. So again, I think today we don't have a highly complicated approach. So we'll try to fly the RNF or RNP procedure 01, 3000 CMAP, final descent point. No, actually disregard. So CMAP to Charlie Golf 401. That's the final approach point, and then a 3-degree profile down to minimums LNAV VNAV 780. Missed approach. Runway track, Utlock, hold at 3000. Yeah, very low MSAs here over the water, so absolutely no issue, no threats in that regard. Yeah, interesting cup there with the livery. All right, let's just get some lights going here. Bit of floodlight. There we go. Put some lights on here as well. Yeah, so the final altitude is the cross, the Maltese cross here. That's the final approach altitude, or final fix, some call it. We call it final approach altitude on non-precision approaches. Yeah, Avion engine, yeah, that's the thing, right? So yeah, it needs a lot of strict manners in regard to eating. I think people gain weight also because they think rice doesn't have... Yeah, okay, so this is the thing. What also helps, obviously, is just gaining a little bit of knowledge regarding how your body works and how certain foods affect your body. So, you know, going to a seminar or, you know, watch some video on YouTube to learn more about this topic, definitely a good thing. So my wife and me, we're planning to, so once I retire, we are actually planning to actually do some cooking seminars in order to yeah, help people with that. And there's a huge demand for it, which is nice. Sierra, Kilo, Charlie Golf. Hey, oh, well, why not try it? I mean, So currently, there's no weather for our destination.
Little Enough map is better in that. We have 350 with 7 degrees.
Okay, thank you.
7 knots, sorry.
Yeah. And temperature, just seeing it now on chat 31.
31 degrees. Yeah.
And QNH is 1006. Cool. Minimum was 780, I think, if I recall correctly. Well, the thing is, so you have to. So the one thing is foods that have an influence, a bad influence on your cholesterol level. That's cholesterol is also very bad, right? So, however, there are foods which are actually have a high carbohydrate hit, if you like, on the body, meaning they're very easy digestive. So sugars, white bread, I just mentioned earlier, white bread. So it's white rice, the same thing. It has very little fiber, so it's very easy to digest, getting quickly into the bloodstream. So a general rule is also to eat foods that have a lot of fiber in them. That makes the body need to digest it for a longer period of time. Thanks, Peter. So that way your body has to work more, or your intestines have to work more to get it digested. And that also means your sugar levels will not spike as hard. Right? And there's a list. If you look, I don't know what the English name for that is, but we in Germany have a name for it, and Brenda, I think you know it.
What do you mean?
Die heißt nicht Zuckerbelastung. Das heißt, also wenn man den Zuckeranteil in Lebensmittel angibt. Glykämischer Index, that's how I say it. So the glycemic index, exactly, glycemic index, thanks Christian. That tells you something about how it affects your body and the sugar levels in your body. So foods with high glycemic index, and I'll tell you what, we in Germany, we have something called black bread. And there's a misunderstanding about black bread, so Schwarzbrot, where people think it's extremely healthy. Well, while it has some fiber in it, it has a huge glycemic index, or glycemic index. And so that has a huge effect on your insulin level. So if you want to get into, if you want to dive into that, go and find some foods that obviously have lots of fiber in it and low glycemic index. And again, yeah, another effect, very positive effect, correct, Hawkey, is that a digestion takes longer that way, and yeah, you won't get so easily hungry after that. I don't know, somebody scratched it. Yeah, Magerquark, yeah. Bruno, do you eat oatmeal in the mornings? I would assume so, right? The thing is, so I know Bruno exercises a lot. So Bruno is definitely capable of eating oatmeal with even some fruits, which will have some carbohydrates in them to quickly gain energy that he needs. Oh, before the gym. So that will give you a really nice energy boost that your body can then use. And that's the problem, right? If you don't exercise after such a meal, well, your body will feel, oh, the sugar level goes up crazy. We need to produce insulin. Insulin opens up the cells. Cells take in the carbohydrates, get it to fat, store it. And so that's quite a visual cycle. What do you mean? What about her lifestyle? Hang on. Oh no, sorry, not okay. I get it now. Not this one. No. So no, I don't missionize. I don't. What's it called? Missionize or something. I don't know how to say that in English. So if someone asks me, or if we get into a talk regarding nutrition and eating, then yeah, then I'll tell them a little bit about what I've gathered regarding my knowledge. But otherwise, I won't start from my own, because if I start that, then my FO may think, oh, hang on, does my captain think I'm fat or something? So no, Dennis, no. So CRM does not approve of that. No. Yeah. But I found quite often when you get such a conversation going, I found quite often that there's a lot of interest in that topic. There really is. And even here on stream, I can see it's a topic that that people care about. And so my wife does sports for children. So she's a trained, well, I guess you call it instructor. And here in our sports club in town, in the village, she teaches sports for children. And she's been doing that for almost 20 years now. And even she has noticed how children are getting fatter. And the thing is, the sad thing is that the children normally will not get into that issue. It's actually because the parents force their bad diets on the children and allow children to sit in front of the PC or tablet, not have to move. So yeah, computer games is definitely also a very, very big influence. But my wife has always
Cabin
found...
crew, prepare for arrival.
Good Lord, what? So I think I need to get going. Yeah, so, if you motivate children to move and exercise, they are more than happy to do so. But it has to be in a playful way, right? They need to be interested in that kind of exercise. I don't know, not really, no. I've never seen a windshield scratch that badly, King. Hey, no.
1,000 to go.
Thank you. Actually, continue to send here. Why am I using that? Let's use that. Let's go down to 80 and let's set 1006. And we'll use auto brake. Actually, landing calculator. Taxi airport. Airport says we have 2,400 meters, but we should be getting off here. Bravo. So let's do auto brake medium in this case. You have control.
I have control.
Are you ready for the approach briefing? All right, you've been through everything. Fuel. Currently, we're expecting to land with 3.1.
Ready.
What? Oh, that was a bit delayed. 3.1 and min diversion today, according to the flight plan, is 1.6. Yeah, so we have more than plenty, more than a ton extra. Fine. No doubt the social media and games electronic devices play a large role. Yeah, but again, it's the parents' responsibility to find a good balance with that. Yeah, agree, Captain. Let me try. Any questions?
No questions.
I have control.
You have control.
Approach
This is
checklist. Warte mal ganz kurz. Ja, warte mal ganz kurz, bis wir die Checklist gelesen haben.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Barrel ref.
1006 set.
1006. Set. Minimum.
780 feet set.
780. Set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Thank you. Sorry, Bernard, go ahead.
Nothing serious. I only wanted to say it is a very scenic approach here across the city in the sunset with all the lights on.
Nice.
Very beautiful.
Looking forward to it. You practiced some landings yesterday. What a good tip for lining up the center line. Thanks. Well, awareness regarding the wind situation and how the wind may actually change until touchdown is always a good thing. Be aggressive with trying to keep the center line. Don't just accept drifting too much. And the way, so a good landing is started by being in a stable condition at about 50 feet height. So when you come over the threshold of the runway, you want to have a nice stable airspeed, a nice stable rate of descent, a stable pitch attitude, because that's the reference pitch then, and the reference values for the flare law or flare mode. So if you are very erratic at that point regarding pitch down, pitch up, that already sets you up for a very long flare or a harder landing. Oh, Super Bowl today? No way, really? Oh, I want to see if I can watch that today. Does anyone in Germany, does RTL or which TV station in Germany does Super Bowl? Oh, yeah, it is today, right? Yeah. Christian, you have trouble eating fiber.
We'll be arriving at our destination shortly.
No. Okay, so this, I think Knäckebrot, honestly, doesn't have that much fiber.
Or the video monitors inside the terminal for information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk.
It has some fiber, but I'm not sure if it's really high fiber in that sense. But you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Papers and any other items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn
1,000 to go.
Yeah, Hawkeye, I think so too.
Load these devices within all
Right, let's go down to
aircraft.
5,000.
Please use caution when
5,000.
opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seatbelts. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you.
Well, no, so, I mean, if the final approach doesn't work, I mean, you can still use LNAV, VNAV. Oh, 5,000, sorry. Dennis, really? There you go. Hey Tech, how can I show my screen as like yours? The camera's toggle. I've flown. And what does it say? Oh, you have the Flow Pro already. Okay, so what you need to do, so if you look at the Flow Pro, you can add stuff. You can add buttons by, let me just do that here, by left-clicking and holding, and after a second, you get the option to add some values. Now, uh-oh, my sim just froze. Uh-oh. Please come back. Oh, it come back. Oh, thank God for that. Right. Then you search for camera, for example, and it'll give you that prompt. Then you pull that onto one of those tiles. And then you have the camera tile there. And then you can go through all of the different
1,000 to go.
values there. And you can put it to the side. So if you put that, if you grab the top there and pull it to the side, it'll then get smaller, but it's always there. I hope that was the right answer for your question. So let's go down to 3,000. 3,000 is set. Really, Tech? You should have come here earlier. I'm glad I could help. Let me slow down the aircraft. So I'm going to pull on the speed window and we'll start to reduce the speed here. Right, a little bit high, it seems. Just take some speed brakes out. That's good to hear, Tech. My pleasure. At least then I got the right answer. Cool. So here's the lights over the city. And we're going to come back. We're going to do like a S-curve onto final. I don't know why, though. Is that necessary? Is that really the star? Nah. Oh, okay. Oh, because Takeoff. Why did I put Takeoff in there? Maybe me programming it wrong. So we're going to come back here to ZMAP 3000. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
We've got to hurry up. We need to slow down here, otherwise we're getting too high. So speed brakes out again.
1,000 to go.
Thank you. But I can dial in the final approach altitude now. 1600. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
So we have about 6 miles. 1,800 feet. Yeah, we should be right. The flaps 2 now. So we should be okay. So still managed to send out blue. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, Brennell, you're right. Very scenic indeed. There's the runway. On path. Gear down.
Gear down.
Yeah, I'm interested.
2,500.
It's checked. I'm interested to see the flare.
Radar altimeter alive.
Probably going to slam it now, but we'll see. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
You are some minutes too late, Black Box. A few minutes ago you had a kind of sunset. This was much more beautiful.
Well, that's how it is sometimes in life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Checked.
Flaps full. Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Landing checklist. Yeah. Set and checked.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Medium.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
So we'll use manual thrust.
1000.
Manual flight. 1000 checked. Oh, a little bit faster. Just. So let's see how that works.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Oh. It didn't warn me about the speed brakes, which is kind of strange. Normally you get a speed brakes extended message at some point, or speed brake message.
And you command your co-pilot to retract the speed brake.
I will have to look at the
400.
well, disregard going around. Go around flaps.
Check. Positive climb.
Gear up. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna quickly do a visual pattern.
Gear up.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Both flight directors off, bird on. It doesn't do it.
Gear up.
No, that was way too unstable, guys. That doesn't make sense. Just doing a left-hand visual pattern. Yeah, time for that baked apple, absolutely. But then again, we could watch or look at the beautiful coastline there. But if I want to judge the behavior of the flare mode correctly, then I might as well try to do a nice stable approach. So 2.5 miles offset is good. And we should be fairly close to a beam again. There's the runway. I guess that's behind the hill there. Well, not quite there yet. So now, oh God, where's the chrono button? There, I didn't see that. So, flaps 2. So we have a bit of tailwind, about 12 knots. Put the gear down. I think right now it's not in loop anymore, so...
Checked.
Oh, careful with speed here. So about 4 miles. So we don't need to descend right now. Turning base. Gilend, I hope it's okay for me to come in. Flaps 3. Okay, Gilend, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So, yeah, I'm going to be a bit low here. Just level off. And there's the runway. And let's do flaps full. Slowly coming into the path. Very nice. Here we go, on path. Excellent. Let's try this again. Now, normally you would get the checklist back again in 800 feet here on the second approach. Now, the thing is this, so what I'm already noticing, I don't know.
1,000.
Was the pitch authority is a bit different here in the fly-by-wire, but I think that's still normal. So that's still set.
100 above.
Yeah, runway's in sight. It's a lot of wind.
Minimum.
Continue. All right, landing checklist complete. I'm trying to find the correct power setting. I'm really struggling with the. I mean, Neos normally would have like 50 or something. But if I set 50, it's all right now. 48 maybe. Yeah, now I'm like, I don't know if it's a positive wind gust or something, but
400.
it's like really gaining speed here. 44%. Hardly reducing the speed. Let's try 47%. All right, good. Like I said, a stable path around 50 feet height. That's what we want.
$50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Yeah, the pitch down is still way too strong. I can definitely say that the pitch down is way too strong. That is not normal. Manual brakes.
It's very variable leg box. I have the same scenery than you, I think, but for me, you are hovering about 10 meters above the runway.
Okay. No, for you guys, you're all on the right height for me. Yeah, no. So the flare mode isn't right. No, I can definitely say that. That is not right. No, that's a shame. Yeah. Yeah, I also thought they... Some people were really saying, hey, it's so fantastic now. But no, fortunately not. Let's see. Gate 3. Let's do Avianca. Cool. So let's do the after landings. While we're here. Then radar predictive winch system goes off as well. After landing checklist, radar predictive winch system is off. After landing checklist complete. This is no, it's not PK Sim. No, it's someone else. But I would need to check which one it is. I can show you that in a menu in a minute. Oh, that's fast. Hold on. Just waiting for the APU to run up. Right, Gelendis landing. Let's just check. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, he's still a man out. Okay, so that's fine. APU bleed on. 1, 2 off. Yeah, so the pitch down momentum is just too big. So whenever you just relax the back input of the stick just a tad, it really throws the nose down, and that's not normal. No, absolutely not. I mean, I could show you some real-world videos where you see my stick inputs, and it's like, you know, brake. You pull back on the stick, and then you just let go a little bit, and then just, you know, a little bit more inputs, but. Yeah, the nose doesn't drop like that. No, that is unrealistic. Yeah, they did a bit too much.
Passenger's bus is coming.
He's still holding. Okay, so you used to drop at 50, now it's like 30, yeah. Mimonis, and like Bruno says, around about 30 feet, it feels okay, and then suddenly 30 feet, you know, if you relax the stick even a tad, the nose drops, and then you get kind of into oscillation where you pull back in panic, and then the nose goes up like crazy, and then you let go again, and nose drops like crazy. Yeah, so. No, so Dennis, normally since so the flare mode does the following. The flare mode will hang on. Just go to daytime. So the flare mode will take the aircraft pitch attitude and yeah, pretty much maintain the pitch attitude at 50 feet height. That's the reference pitch. It'll then use the elevators to pitch down the aircraft by 2 degrees over an 8-second period. So let's say you have 2 degrees pitch up, theoretically, it will try to pitch down to 0 over 8 seconds. And it actually uses the elevators, not the stabilizer trim, to do so. And so you get a synthetic pitched down movement. But again, that's over 8 seconds. So the pilot does the following. He goes and puts back pressure to raise the nose. He would have to do that anyways, right? To break that descent rate. But now, as he does so, if he were to let go, so let's say he now pitches up to 4 degrees, let's say, and puts the stick to neutral, in normal fly-by-wire law, the aircraft would maintain that 4-degree pitch. However, because that is a flare law or a flare mode active, it will then try to lower the nose again, right? So it does that continuously over 8 seconds, which means if you didn't touch the stick anymore and left it neutral after you did your brake, the descent rate would increase again. So the pilot then has to continuously use a bit of stick input to maintain that nose up attitude. All right. So that gives the pilot the same kind of kind of learned procedure that he's learned in flight school in conventional aircraft where there's no fly-by-wire system, where as you take out power in these jets, if you take out power, the nose will drop. Or as the speed decreases as well, right? You've trimmed the aircraft and you're flying down, you're reducing the thrust levers, and the aircraft will pitch down. And then you have to get some stick input to the rear, right? Yoke, you have to pull the yoke a little bit to break that pitch down moment. The Airbus doesn't have that, because why? If you reduce the thrust in the Airbus fly-by-wire system, it will counteract that automatically by changing the elevators and pitching up the aircraft to maintain that pitch attitude, that G-load actually. Yeah, that is just the way the fly-by-wire system works. Now, in order to have the pilots a more realistic feel to the conventional aircraft, that's why they entered, or they programmed that flare mode. Yeah, the 321 Neo has a different flare law. Yeah. So I guess now the add-on makers of fly-by-wire, Phoenix, and so on, they try to fix this and simulate this so that it's somewhat realistic. I know it's very difficult because, again, Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't make it easy for them. And that is still why the FS Labs is still really one of the best add-ons out there for the 320, because it does that quite well. Flying Wolf, thanks so much for watching all day. Thanks for staying here so long. Thank you so much, Flying Wolf. All the best. Happy landings. Cool. So I think everyone has landed. It's gotten late again. My God. But Brennell said tomorrow is off anyways, right?
Was Montag tomorrow.
Oh, it's Montag. Oh, Carnival. We don't have Carnival up here. I don't know what that is. Okay. Well,
I don't want to celebrate it as well, but it's a free day and it is nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Can you check for me which add-on for this airport you have?
Yes, sure.
Maybe for this flight too high?
Let me see.
It's maybe a new one.
Yeah, no, it's Fly Too High. Yeah, exactly. That's the one I have. Yeah, that's the main. Somebody's asking.
Maybe that's the reason why your elevation was different.
Which one do you have?
I have this from We Pilots, which is a little bit older.
Okay.
I think this the other one is completely new here.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's. I just grabbed the first one that popped up really. Yeah, time for Super Bowl, guys. Thank you so much for watching, staying with me here all day. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, next stream is on Tuesday. If you'd like to join, happy to welcome you. Yeah, it's Rafael Airport, Fly Too High. Yeah, exactly. And I think I bought it because of the nice scenery for the beach area.
Yeah. It's almost 16 euros. Not that cheap.
No, that's true. Right, Brennell, thank you so much for all the help again, preparing the group flights and for the challenge as well. As always, very interesting, very challenging. And yeah, next stream's on Tuesday. Now enjoy the Super Bowl. I think I will too. And then I'll see you again very soon, my dear moderators. Big round of applause for you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Yoda, I hope you've recovered well. I know you were sick the other day, so I hope you've recovered well.
Good night.
Mimonos, good night. Enjoy sleep, Lord. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Not too bad. Cool. Okay, that's good to hear. My dear friends, good night, everyone. Take care.